I'm the big man, Attorney Joey Franks, and today is President's Day 2024. And I thought I'd talk about my favorite president. Now, this guy was a renowned adventurer. He lived a really hard life, though, actually. His mom and his wife died both on the same day, Valentine's Day for that matter. So, if you haven't guessed it already, I'll give you a hint. He's a Rough Rider. You got it, Teddy Roosevelt. The reason I think Teddy Roosevelt is probably the greatest president we've ever had, he's underrated in the sense that he doesn't get credit for making the U.S. the superpower that we would become. He didn't necessarily make it, but he laid the foundation for it. That's what's key. He, one, has the Panama Canal. He gets that started, which isn't opened until 1914, but it begins during his presidency. He sets all that up with Panama because they were having a rebellion with Colombia. So that sets us up to be a two-ocean navy, essentially. But then he also commissions the building of a very large U.S. Navy. We know about the sailing of the Great White Fleet across the world. He let everybody know that we really have a Navy. It was a goodwill show, but we really have a Navy. And it's that basis that Woodrow Wilson goes into World War I with, all these things that have set him up. And then FDR during World War II really makes us a superpower. And all this goes back to the foundations of what Teddy Roosevelt set up. And on top of that, he did some really great things for us. One, we have his conservation. Where we get our national parks from is Teddy Roosevelt. I'm a big fan of that. The other thing that he does is really great is he exercises the Sherman Antitrust Act, and he uses that to become a trust buster. Some of these big monopolies, J.P. Morgan is the big one that he really hammers on, and that sets us up for the capitalistic society that we know now. So Teddy Roosevelt did a great job setting us up. And he's not exactly a rags to riches story, but he's not your just it was all handed to me. It's well documented that he had a very brilliant mind at a young age, but he struggled on the physical side of things, and that is where he arguably developed his sense of adventures to bring his physique up to his mental status. He's a brilliant man, full of energy. And I know it's weird for a DUI lawyer to pick a president that's not a really big drinker that we know of, but what he did drink a lot of was coffee. So I like my coffee too, but I also like alcohol, but everybody does, except for Teddy, I guess. But also, you got to admire any man that can take a 38 in the ribs and turn around and give an hour-and-a-half long speech. I couldn't pull it off. Call me the big man all you want. Still not the bull moose. One last thing I'd like to add. The tie, I appreciate it from Ellen, Brad, Zeta, and Zoe. I told y'all I would wear it one time while shooting a video. Here it is. I love it. It looks sharp, and it's got the little cowboys on it, which goes with Theodore Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. I sure appreciate it. Now, let me know who your favorite president is and why. If you particularly like Theodore Roosevelt, let me know why. If you particularly don't like Theodore Roosevelt, let me know why in the comments. Have a good day.